Right, welcome back guys, we're back in France. So now we're at a place called Fort Leffrinckoucke, I believe. So it is, I think it's a museum, it was to do with World War II, primarily, I believe. So a bit of a museum, straight fort. So we're going to go in there, check it out, see what it's all about. Parked in this car parking lot, but we had to take up 2 spaces, so hopefully the motorhome doesn't get damaged, but you never know. But yeah, it's looks like some sort of graveyard over there, memorial, and this is the entrance to Fort Leffrinckoucke. Fort Leffrinckoucke or something like that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Got a bus stop over there, it is free. We'll go see us in the background, but we had to take up 2 spaces, so if it was just the one it'd be too tight, so we'll see what happens. But take you around with us and we'll have a look. Check in a bit. Right, so we're just going down the little, I don't know what you call it, alleyway. So you can see that there. This is the main part of it, well, the entrance anyway. So yeah, we'll go in, check it out, see what it's all about.
Et entreprennent d'assécher ces marais. Progressivement, mon emprise sur cette terre diminue. Elle est devenue une principauté, le comté de Flandre. Les comtes sont puissants, et ils trouvent que ces impossibles sont asséchés les marais.
Le fort des dieux et la batterie fonctionnent ensemble et sont placés sous le même commandement situé ici, au fort. Plan rectangulaire, fossé sec, une caserne, des plateformes entières, même une région, on retrouve globalement la structure.
It's pretty cool to see all the old photos, what happened back in the day. You got before time as well, hundreds of years ago. You see, it was built in like 1860 or before that. It's a lot older than World War II anyway, put it this way. And that's it from like an aerial shot. And I believe that's where we came up with the flags in the entrance. Very interesting. We've got to wear these headsets and there's so much information. There's probably too much, probably won't listen to it all to be honest, but so we're here basically. We're up there. Just on the French-Belgian border.
À la cité, les troupes anglaises fuyaient. Ils ont été encerclés par les Allemands qui avaient...
This fort was finished in 1883, I think they said.
Nous étions sur cette plage peut-être 100 000 soldats sans ravitaillement ni même d'eau potable, car le pays était bombardé par l'aviation.
It's quite dark in here, so I don't know how it's going to affect the lighting. It basically explains about the sandy dunes and all the soldiers got trapped on the beach of Dunkirk before they went to the seas of England, basically. So it's pretty cool, pretty interesting. There's too much to actually take in. I mean, I've done from 1 to 4 on the speaking, so I have to talk guide. I just skipped to 17. There's that much information here, but it's just really nice to come have a look at to see what it's all about. This place in here is basically all about like young people. It's all in French, but you can listen to it on your device. But mine's got faulty at the minute; it's not playing. But Jodie's got hers, and it all explains of how young they were. He was 22. He was born and died, sorry, here in a ditch and slaughtered. And he left his wife and kids behind. At the age of 22, that is disgusting. And this young lad was 20 as well. So it's all in respect of, I think, all these young people are dying and fighting here, what they left behind in the family. And this young man is 32, so a bit older. I'm 35, but still no age. It's really sad, really, what happened. Very fascinating, and we need to respect them as well. That's why I wanted to come here today. There is another place with Fort Dunes, this one here. There's another place in Dunkirk on a smaller scale. But if you buy 2 tickets, I think they're €10. But this one today was €7, so we're not going back to Dunkirk because we're going to Belgium later today. So yeah, it's not bad really, price for what it is. And I believe the tour takes around about an hour to an hour and a half, depending how fast you want to be. So we'll go on to the next one and see where we go. I think this was it when it was probably run down the left after the war. And I think the same again when it's been deserted after the war. So there's a map on here, and it's all to do with mind games. So as you can see, you can probably just see it in English. It says, look at this map, it gives you the true situation. The troops are entirely surrounded. Stop fighting, put down your arms. So they took this out of planes around Dunkirk for the British and French to basically play mind games to say you're surrounded, and technically you wasn't. How crazy is that? And this helmet was found in Dunkirk in 1990. It's what to do like sergeants' uniforms and generals. So not only do we play mind games in football, they're doing war as well. Cheeky bastards. A lot of these wars are all about certain troops and certain soldiers or generals, and a bit about them as well. There's a looking glass here. So I don't know if this was like an execution back in the day where they shot people or not. I don't really know. As you can see, my headset's broke, so I'm relying on Jodie to tell me. I'll try and put 2 and 2 together. That's that place we saw on the way up here. That memorial, just before you enter. Right, I've just read something about a wash house and a slaughterhouse. But this thing keeps playing up and everything's in French, which obviously it's going to be. It's quite hard to tell what's what. I think we're here. Maybe, I'm not sure. Not really full of facts here, but it's definitely worth a visit. If you've got like the translator on your phone, that's better as well. I reckon this could have been some sort of wash place here back in the day, could be wrong. But there's loads of these little like courtyard, but little yards like this within the actual fort itself, which is pretty interesting. I don't know what's this in here. Oh, this could be. Could this be it? No, not too sure what this is. But look at all the writing and graffiti. It's crazy. And the batteries are on the beaches. Not too sure how far away it is from here. We may try and have a look and then give it a go. Maybe not. There's one here actually, but it's not on the beach. It looks so cool. This is a battery here, isn't it?
This is a firing platform.
Oh, a firing platform.
So this was made during World War II. This blockhouse was a remnant of World War II. It was erected during the German occupation.
Okay.
At the time of its construction, the worker responsible for digging the camouflage furrows into concrete and steel and
So it's just a firing platform. And it was made in what, World War II?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks similar to a battery.
At the end of 1944, it was
So at the end of the war, it was transformed into a food storage. But from the side, it does look like the batteries you see on the beach. Excuse me. They look very similar, don't they? What they were made from. Don't think I'll get in there. Too fat, too wide, too tall. Let's look up here. Oh, it's a bit windy today in Chile. Oh, it's got a good view. You can see the dunes over there. I think the batteries are over this way.
That's one there.
Oh yeah, could be. Right in the far distance over there, you can probably see the start of it and all the dunes.
Possibly.
And then this was this actual memorial I was on about on the way in. It's a whole passenger truck. It's pretty cool. Excuse me. There's literally nothing in there anymore, it's just an empty shell. Just a complete empty shell.
Can you get in it?
No. Literally just made of wood, most of it is. That's where the General Janssen secretary was, who survived. And this was the remainder where a German bomb went off and killed the main general. And I think the only survivor was his secretary that was in that room. That's why, obviously, we know what happened from today. He was born in 1916, he died in 2015. And these are some of the old guns as well. But you can see where the roof was, where it was built, and it all just caved in and collapsed. It's crazy, isn't it? Wouldn't have liked to have been here when that went off. No way. Let's see, get out of here now. But you can see, I think a lot of it's look at the stone. It's really good. You okay? Oh, is it? Oh, there's a prison in there as well. I thought it was the women's toilets. But it's not, it's a prison.
These are small cells.
Yeah, this is like a replica of it here.
Really small cells. They couldn't have kept them for longer than sure.
factory. Yeah, Benny Bum. He sells it now. Oh wow. To be fair, they're probably bigger than most modern 3-bed single bedrooms.
Yeah, true.
Have a look. Benny, what are you doing?
Are you going to prison?
You're going to die in jail.
Prisoner of a German Navy employed in the reconstruction.
Reconstruction or demolition of the territory.
1946. He's looking at me weird, that one.
Oh, just farted.
Yeah. Come on, Ross, thanks. It's like, it's not. Look at the door, to get out of. Look.
Gonna go out, we're gonna go for walkies. We're gonna go for walkies. We're gonna go for walkies. Go for walkies.
Come on, you bummers, then. Finished.
Absolutely humding. Quick video around the dunes. This oh, I can't remember what it's called now. Fortress, sorry, should I say. Brain freeze, but yeah, it's been really good. Not as much information as I would have liked to have told you guys, because it doesn't help when these things die. Everything's in French. But yeah, it's a really good tour. Definitely recommend it for €7, 100%. We're going to see if we can go to the beaches in a bit. We don't know how far away it is. And have a look at the batteries. But we've seen batteries before. I've had them on the channel last time I went to Europe. So yeah, it's we'd recommend it. What, €7? It's about £6, something like that. It's not a lot really, but definitely recommend it for a bit of a, a couple of hours to do while you're just in Dunkirk. And we're going to the Belgian border potentially next. So yeah, it'll be good. So we'll catch you guys later. See ya. Right, so we'll always try and be respectful around areas like this, these cemeteries. So yeah, so over here you've got over 196 soldiers buried. I think 167 of them are French, and the rest are a bit of a mixture of British, Belgium as well. And that tomb over there in the far background are 19, 20 soldiers that are buried that are unknown, which is really sad. But the General Janssen that died, where I said earlier on, in that in the bunker in the dune, this is his graveyard here. So this was a general that's been buried out of respect, maybe with his peers next to him, which is quite nice touching, to be honest. And then down here, this is where 19 soldiers that are unknown that are buried as well, followed with the rest of the 196, which is such a shame, but very respectful at the same time. So yeah, it's sad really, but you've got to appreciate, if it wasn't for these people, we wouldn't be here today, or the world could be a very different place. So now we're going to try and make tracks to see if we can find these batteries in the dunes, so we'll see you in a little bit. So this is some of the batteries that you can see. You can see the ones in the backgrounds with the graffiti. You can see these two here that have clearly come away over the years. Some in the background, and then the one that I'm standing right behind. A lot of graffiti, but how cool are they? Weather's turned for the worst, typical. It's like being back in the UK. It's supposed to be shipwrecked somewhere around here. Now, I don't know if it's any of that in a distance down there, or if it is back up that way. But we'll have a look over there in a minute and see what else we can see. But yeah, this is crazy to think, World War II back in the day. Look at this. All of that there. I mean, I think most of these walls are like about 1 metre thick, so no wonder they're like pretty bomb proof. Let's go up here. Have a look. Ugh. I don't think you can get in this way. Ugh. There's a little hole which you can't see that much in there. This is over here. Let's have a look. Ugh. Down here. Boy, it is. My shoes are absolutely wrecked from the sand. No, you can't get in that way. So there's more down there, which we'll have a look in a sec. And this is just from a beach view. So we've got them, as I said earlier on, the one over the distance there. You've got one there. There's one at the back of it that's collapsed. And you've got another one over here. And then there is one that looks like it's completely collapsed over the years, right at the back there. I wonder they're bomb proof of how thick the walls were. It's getting really windy now, and I should have bought a jacket and I haven't. And then there's one over there. I believe one of the biggest ones is that one right at the very top of the hill. And they do go on for quite a while, so we're not going to see it all. But I'll try and get to that one later on, if I can. But we need to get a bit of shelter because it's just typical weather close to the UK. It's raining. But yeah, it's fascinating to see. Wouldn't like to have been here like all those years ago when it was happening, but it's just crazy. But you can see how they've come up over the years. Now it's moved, and you can see all the bomb and gunshots on top as well, and the shelling. It's mental. It's crazy, but good at the same time. It's nice that they've left them here in one respect, just to, you know, preserve it. Well, not preserve, but just a reminder. You know, we don't want anything like this to happen again. But with what's going on with Ukraine and Russia, it's not looking good at the minute, and we don't want a nuclear war because then that'd probably be the end of most of us. Yeah, you can see more and more over there. But they've gone further as well, as you can see. That's the bigger one. So yeah, we'll try and go a bit further up that way in a little while and try and grab some more. Any bomb? Any, what's this? Any, stay here. Come. Any? Come on. Come on. Come here. Right, so these are the bigger ones I was talking about a minute ago. You can see here how big they are. This must be like the main middle one in the centre. At the back of it, it looks like a bit like that barracks was at earlier on. It looks a bit like that at the back of it, where there's like arch ridges that you can go underneath to get under it. But I probably wouldn't recommend it. You don't know how safe they are. They've all collapsed. They look like they've all been further up years ago and they've all just perished over time. But this is a ship over here. I think right in the distance, that's a ship from World War II, I believe, the deserted one. So we're going to have a look up there now and see what we can see. And it's just interesting to, you know, I love history. I may not have the massive facts on this channel, but I just love going to see places. I get too engrossed with it, I forget what I'm going to say half the time.